Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. I am the host of Game Masters, KR_TV, and this, of course, is Game Masters Surprise here on the GDQ Hotfix. Hopefully you enjoy that awesome FF4 free enterprise run by Leggy Starscream. That was super fun to watch. So, again, round of applause again for Leggy for crushing it, making it through. But today, we're going to be going a slightly different direction. We had a nice RPG, and now we're going to go to, one of the OG speedrun games. There is I'm, of course, talking about the classic Super Mario Bros. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 1, the original NES version. And I have brought a very prolific runner of this, GTAce, who is going to be, doing a demo of what an any percent Super Mario Bros. Run looks like. But then we are going to go into the world of challenge runs. There are many different ways you can try to beat SMB1 and so many different things. And what is seemingly on the surface level, it's a simple game. It came out in 1985. How complicated can it be? Well, speedrunners love to come up with ways to challenge themselves. And you are going to get but a taste of all the different ways we have figured out how to beat Super Mario Bros. 1. Without further ado, I am joined here by the legendary GTAce. Hello, GTAce.
That's me.
That is you, yes. Welcome to the show.
Wow. I'm here representing the SMB1 World Championships that I got back from last weekend. I could have done better, but I still actually walked away with the money, which is always good. It was a good tournament. So
yeah, I mean,
it takes place
and winning money, playing SMB1, traveling around the state like that. That's pretty cool.
Takes place in the same room as the Classic Tetris World Championships as well. So we got a good thing going. So, check that out next year.
Yeah.
It's whenever Classic Tetris happens.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mario.
Yeah.
You've seen it a lot. I played it a lot. And now but this is something that doesn't really get showcased very often in a marathon or live kind of showcase. The wonderful world of speedrunning has what we call the category extensions, which has a bunch of random BS that people come up with to speedrun the game.
That's the way to put it, yeah.
Mario has 50 plus categories on the category extensions. And that was my main foray into speedrunning after any percent. I just started playing a bunch of those in 2018. Ended up getting the record in half of them. It's fine.
Just
I only have a couple now.
Yeah,
just half of them.
Whatever.
So yeah, when I say I've had hundreds of Mario world records, 80% of that is the category extensions for Mario 1. But it counts. So that's good. I'll play a few of them here. Not all of them. We'd be here a while. Especially since one of them is literally
that's why I said
play Warpless 11 times in a row.
of what there is out there. And again, I figure we would start off the audience with a refresher. I'm sure many of you have seen an SMB1 speedrun. Maybe many of you have done it yourself. I'm curious. I'm going to poll chat here. Who here has...
Right.
Maybe not grinded SMB1 any percent, but has done or try to complete an any percent run of SMB1. That's you go through, you get the warps, warp to World 8 really quickly, go beat the game, maybe not with the timer, but it's something that I feel many of us in the speedrun community have done at least once. But I want you all to baseline yourselves here and watch GTAce do the standard any percent run of SMB1 before we get into the craziness. As just to see what it's normally an any percent run is like for this game. So GTS, whenever you are ready, go ahead and count us in, and we'll kick things off with an any percent run.
Hop right in, movie. All right, I can go ahead and get started then.
Yeah.
So I just gotta hit reset. We'll start the timer when I gain control of Mario. I'll count it down here. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I will try to go really fast, because, we got some time. It doesn't really matter if I fail too hard or not yet. So, we'll go for a nice sub 5, That should be pretty easy, right?
Yeah, sub 5. The easiest thing to do in the Super Mario Bros. 1.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't have a lot of wiggle room for that, and, not free by any means, but A skilled runner, especially if you're competing at the World Championships, like I was talking about, should be able to do it like every time. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, and I see a question chat. What's the challenge? Well, it's going to be many things. So again, we're starting with the regular any percent. So this is not a challenge run, though it is a very challenging speedrun to optimize. For anything like literally down to the frame that this is, the level of optimization for this category is ridiculous. But to give you some flavor, we're going to be looking at second quest in SMB1. We're going to be looking at a no run button challenge. So basically going through the game and not pressing B. So you're not allowed to move fast. You gotta walk it all the way. So there will be a whole bunch of different categories like that we're going to see.
All right. So I'm not doing any of the like multi-frame perfect tricks, but so far this is a perfect run without those. A perfect run without any of the ridiculous strategies should come out to about a mid 458. So again, not a lot of wiggle room if you want to sub 5 using these strats, but here's the first glitch I'll be going for here, where you want to bump Mario on certain objects to push him further on the screen. So you can trigger this here, wrong warp. Skips the vine animation, saves a lot of time. A sub 5 would not be possible otherwise, unless you like do a lot of hard stuff, but that trick's pretty easy, so there's no reason not to do that. Now I gotta lock in. These pipe jumps are hard. When we squash those 2 Koopas, intentionally despawns a Goomba there, makes that jump a lot easier. We gotta hit that star block because that actually makes the flag spawn a pixel lower and ends up saving a frame rule. Should we get on the frame rule?
Oh, that's always
explanation train. The short answer is you can only gain or lose time in increments of 0.35 seconds in this game. I'm gonna see if I got the optimal. I played the level perfectly, but there's a 25% chance you just lose it anyway, which did not happen.
Hey.
So that's good. So this is actually still a perfect pace. So I will continue to lock in, because if I get past this level, 8-3 is pretty easy. But this level is not, because of a hard jump I have to do right here. Alright. I did make it through, but it was a little slow, so I think I'll be losing this here frame rule, which is still fine. But the reason frame rules are important is because if you know what like your frame rule is, you know what the patterns will be. So
those are consistent every time based off the frame rule you're on.
Yes, because it's accurate to the frame, but if you're arriving at the same frame every time, pretty much, because of the frame rule system. Yeah, so I lost that one, so I'm 1 behind optimal, which is fine. I know what happens here. I just jump over all the bros, and none of them will do anything to me, which is always nice. You gotta slow down here intentionally to avoid the fireworks you get if you were to get a 243. So that's actually optimal. So I am 1 frame rule behind what we consider perfect pace for like a race, which is still 458 pace, in fact. So if I can execute 8-4 well and not get hit by Bowser, it's a pretty good run. But I do have to hit a 2-frame wall jump here. We're gonna walk off the pipe, push B in midair to set it up our subpixels. Here we go, perfect. We're gonna do another wrong warp here, turn around, scroll the screen far enough to load the next warp area. My turnaround was a little slow, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at here with as far as Bowser patterns go. But if he's nice, this will be, I think, a 458. If not, at least a 459. And he was not nice to us. Unfortunate. But yeah, my turnaround was a little slow, and that's what happens. That's how the game goes sometimes. So that was pretty much executed sub 5 first try.
Which
here I'll do a 1-frame wall jump.
Work for that.
Nice.
How long did it take you to get your first sub 5? Do you remember?
A few months, definitely. But I was playing on not the optimal setup I was playing on a computer with horrendous input lag, and don't do that to yourself.
So you got sub 5 with that?
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
I got a 457 with that. I should have switched a long time before I did, but I'll go ahead and do 100% consistent strats here. Oh, now you go for it. Okay, that's time for that.
Right, GG's.
Yeah, so basically a sub 5, just Bowser was rude. It happens. Yeah, but everything else went well. So that's what any percent looks like. If I made it through Bowser, you would have seen like a perfectly executed normal any percent speedrun, basically.
Yeah.
I guess now we can get a little wild with it.
Yes. So we mentioned we were talking about second quest, and like I'll be honest, I don't know what second quest is. Like I've seen this, like
Okay.
it presents you a new quest, press B button to select a world type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't exactly know what that entails for the game itself and how that affects the speedrun.
Well, how about I show everyone what it means? So, yes, you get your quest is over, present a new quest, press the B button. So I'm going to push the B button, start the game again. I don't know how we're doing the timer. I guess I'll count it down
I'm running
as well.
my own timer here so I can give you the ones between runs. So just kind of down.
Cool. All right, I'll do that. So I'm going to hit the B, start the game. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I'm going to play a little safe now, but as you can see, that Goomba is now a beetle.
What?
That's interesting.
Yeah,
and
how have I never seen this?
So, second quest is, yep, just harder Mario 1. Speaking of, this first jump is like frame perfect. Nice. I don't know if it really is, but it's tight. So yeah, obviously the first thing you notice, the Goombas are beetles, and they move a lot faster. That goes for all enemies. The Koopas are Koopas still, but they move faster. And I'll be able to showcase all the other changes as they come, but I do need to focus to get power-ups. This one's pretty hard to get without taking damage because those guys are moving so fast. Alright. But yeah, we're going to be using the Fire Flower a lot now because it doesn't lose that much time to pick it up and makes the run, like, very, very safe. Also, these platforms have been shrunken a little. So all platforms in the game are smaller than they otherwise would be. That's another change. 4.1 doesn't have any changes. Lakitu behaves the same way. So this level in the speedrun is the same. But, yeah. People can do second quest at the same skill level as regular any percent. You just have to, like, know how to play the levels differently with the different enemy patterns and stuff.
Yeah, how many different patterns are there? Like, how much skill transfers over if you do, like, any percent to second quest? Like, are there a couple significant areas where, like, the jumps are very different?
Yeah, like, there's an added frame-perfect jump in the 1-2, but 8-1's actually a little easier because the enemies move faster and are out of your way in certain sections faster. But the overall run is about the same. You just gotta, like, this, you can't, like, hit this thing, which, actually makes this plant spawn. There are strategies to do all these things again, but it's hard to, like, explain everything and play at the same time, so I'm not gonna be able to, like, perfectly explain everything. But yeah, we want to stop this guy, despawns that enemy there. And then, yeah, these levels are very easy with fire. So while I'm playing this level kind of normally, I'll kind of go over the history of some of these categories. So yeah, there's a big category extensions leaderboard with just tons of category extensions. And that's what really pulled me in at the start. And I was like, oh, I can get record in some of these. Because it's just like, I'd never get like a main category world record. Those are too competitive. I'd never do that.
No. In fact, you've
never done that as we fast forward to present day where I've had 5 out of 6 main category world records, all except any percent, which is the only one people care about. So have I really had a world record?
Yes,
anyway,
yes,
I'm kidding. But I have had the second quest world record multiple times, and I think I'm still second place even. To this day. I was the second person to get a 455 in second quest. So that's pretty cool. I think the record's a 454 now, which is better than my any percent PB in first quest. So that's fun. I'll go for this since the bullet shot.
Wow,
I think I got a coin toss there. So the way enemy collision works in this game is you collide with enemies every other frame. And for bullet bill glitch, which I went for there to work, you have to skip over the first frame of collision and land on the second, so you're low enough to grab the flagpole super low. And that did not happen. So we call it a coin toss because there's a 50-50 chance. So yeah, good try though. And then again, just because we have fire, it makes like the Hammer Brothers very easy to deal with. There are no differences here except for that Koopa moving faster. The differences for second quest are a lot more obvious in a warpless run, because if you know in warpless, like 5-3 is 1-3, but harder. They added bullet bills and made some platforms smaller. Each level's in their hardest state by default, so 1-3 is already 5-3, and then that goes for any repeat stage.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you're firing your fireballs like literally right in the face of like the Hammer Bros and like all the enemies. Is that an optimization versus like firing it like further back? Is there a reason for that?
There's not an optimization, but Hammer Brothers, when you shoot fire early, the hammer can end up going to the right if you shoot it at the wrong time, depending on when they die. But if you shoot them later, it's always guaranteed to go left and won't hit you, basically.
Gotcha.
Like here, I'll try show it off here. But see, that hammer went right,
Yeah.
but there, it didn't really matter. So we're going to take that hit. That's time for that run. So that's like a standard power-up route, kind of any percent-ish run.
Yep, I had that about 514, so close.
Yep, pretty good, pretty good.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, so that's second quest, and I'm gonna want to change the game I'm playing here real quick.
All right.
I don't know how we want to do that. But...
Yeah, just go ahead. Reset, swap, and we got you.
Okay. And the reason I'm doing this is because on certain versions of the game, do this right first. There we go. On certain versions of the game, it'll save second quest pretty much forever, unless you like hard reset. And the way I have it set up, it's kind of annoying. So all I have done is just kind of switch to a different cartridge that I have. I'm playing them off of a device, but I do have the cartridges as well. But you want to load the dual cart, we call it, which has Mario 1 and Duck Hunt. This specific version of the game will never save second quest after a reset, which is what most people use. So that's why I'm swapped to this. And then we can move on to the next one.
Yeah, GTS, if you get a chance, you can give me a screen share. That'd be awesome.
Oh, yes. That's a thing we're supposed to do.
Don't worry about it. You're good. Also, while you're doing that, I want to say I love this camera angle you've got. I'm a big fan of stream cameras where like you see the TV that you're playing on, like the old CRT that we have going there. Like I just think that's great.
Yeah. The camera's a little cut off from how it usually is for me, but I have my console right here. Usually it's in frame. So, and I usually have a hand cam, but I don't have that on right now. But yeah, that's what this is for. I use my phone as a camera for hand cam. I've got the whole setup. You can super tell that I'm doing this all. Since I have Duck Hunt, well, here, I want to show something fun if you didn't know about Duck Hunt. Let me get my controller where you can see it. But you can control the ducks with the D-pad, actually. Left, right, left, right, left, right,
Wait,
left,
what?
right,
Hold
down,
on.
up, down, up. Yeah, you can control the ducks. So, like, for example, I'll just hold right on the D-pad here, and he'll just stay over to the right. So there's a little fun fact for you if you didn't know. So technically, Duck Hunt is a two-player game. One person can be the duck, and the other person can have the gun and shoot.
Yeah, one person can be the duck, and the other player shoots player one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. So there's a little fun fact for you.
All right.
Okay, so I have a bunch of different categories I could do lined up. Do we want to try... I think I'm going to try Pacifist next.
Yeah, so this is you don't kill any enemy in the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
so we're going to do a run where, you're not allowed to kill any enemies. Again, I've had the world record. I've had the category or world record in most of these categories. I think all of them except any percent I have. No, okay, not quite. But I have had Pacifist. This one's pretty hard, so I'll have to lock in a little bit, but I'll try to kind of explain how the run
if you
differs.
need me to be quiet at any moment, just let me know. I'll accommodate.
It should be fine. It should be fine. But I'll go ahead and count it down here. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Luck.
All right. So pacifist. So now we're back in first quest. The Goombas are back. We love to see them back. And yeah, so this run's pretty hard. This is where challenge runs get really difficult. So like, it's hard to even just hit that jump to dodge those Goombas, right? And Fire Flower isn't going to help us in this run because fireballing an enemy would eliminate the pacifist challenge. So you can't do that. So yeah, this run's a lot harder. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of safe strats here. Obviously, optimally, you wouldn't really do any safe strats. Again, this is a category that is like the world record's a 455, but like this section's really hard to do.
Yeah. So you can't
I'll just
even
wait on
bop
them
a
and
Koopa
stuff.
at all.
No,
Yes.
you can't do anything.
You just no contact with an enemy. Obviously, Bowser's
No
going to get
contact.
dunked at the end, but he's just going for a swim.
But timing ends when you grab the axe, and he's still alive at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah,
you know,
so that
still,
counts.
Still good, still good. Yeah, no, we're still good. Yep. So so far so good. This level plays the exact same, except I usually squash Lakitu for fun. We can't do that, so he gets to live this time. Good for him. But yeah, it'll get a little harder later, especially in 4-2, which I'll explain in a second. But enemies are allowed to hit me, which might become a thing here, but... Alright, I'm trying to hit a flagpole glitch. We'll see if I get one. You know, it's only like 5 frame perfect inputs. This game runs at 60 FPS, so, you know, basically free. I'm just bad,
free.
I can't hit one.
Yeah, totally.
It's free. Okay, well, speaking of hard tricks, in actuality, I'm going to go for a clip into a wall here, because it's actually the optimal way to get past this section. Nice. Okay, so we're clipping that wall so we can dodge those Goombas. And then we can still do the wrong warp, because clipping in the wall pushed us far enough to activate it. So I'm glad that worked out, because it would be like a 10-second time loss almost if I didn't hit that trick in this category. So that's cool. This is where things get a little hard. I'm going to have to employ some safe strats because usually we squash particular enemies to despawn other enemies to make playing the level easier, but I can't do that now. So I'll have to wait at this section here a little bit. There we go. So just some minor hesitations. Again, if you're watching like world record level runs, we would not be taking it this safe, but for a marathon showcase, yeah, that's just how it has to be.
Some of these are still such close calls.
Yeah. But we're good. So one of the things that, again, if playing at top level, you have your frame rules mapped out, you know what every enemy is going to do, and you can route through the game that way. I don't have that luxury. So 8-3 is a little scary, because the Hammer Brothers like to jump, and sometimes they like to jump into you and kill themselves. So the Hammer Brothers can invalidate your run if they so choose. So the way I'm going to try to avoid that is I'm going to try to pick up this mushroom and keep it to 8-3. And then you'll see kind of what I have planned for that. We're going to play this part safe just to make sure nothing gets hurt. We can't go for bullet bill glitch. That would invalidate the run as well. So we just got to grab the flag. So, again, the reason I'm picking up the mushroom is so if they jump, I can kind of jump into them and take that hit, that damage boost through. So we just kind of have to hope they don't do that too early. So, yeah, just kind of have to hope you get a little lucky here. That's just how Pacifist works. That's pretty good luck there. I can just run down there. Here I need to react. Okay, good. And then here's the hard part. So I'm going to try to, like, jump late on these bros, so if they decide to jump into me... Okay, they didn't. So that's good. We got really lucky there. So I'm pretty happy about that. We didn't even take damage. Usually we take damage, because the Hammer Bros, yeah, they can just jump and... Yeah,
what
so
a pro.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
So we haven't killed anything yet, but 8-4 is pretty hard as well. Because there's a section here with 3 Goombas, so we need to jump super late here, and I jumped too late, so I bonked. So, yeah. Don't worry, that plant's fine, it just despawns on its own. And then we really want to hit this wall jump. Perfect, haven't missed it yet. the Chiefs here can just kind of spawn under you, so I'm going to try to jump early here. There we go, to avoid them accidentally getting under my foot. And here we're duck swimming. I haven't talked about that. When you duck when you're on the ground while swimming and then swim while holding that button, you maintain a smaller hitbox, the duck crouching hitbox. This is the last thing I'm kind of worried about. Don't jump into me. Thank you. All right, we're good. Time. That's a pacifist run.
That was faster than the second quest. You had like a 5:10.46. You can tell me how that's actually not timed to the perfect frame rule, and that's not a valid time. But you know, human error here on me hitting the button.
I don't think it matters personally, but yeah, that was a first try pacifist run. Nothing went wrong, so that was cool. Record is a 455. I have second place with a 456.6, I think, former world record. So
I think it's pretty amazing
pretty good.
How every single, like, you can add all these modifiers, like second quest, don't kill an enemy, and it's still like is within like what, a second or two of the regular 80% time where you can kill the enemies. Like, that's wild to me. That
and it didn't used to always be that way. Me and another runner named Roy LT. He's been kind of retired for a while now, I think. But we really started this trend of like optimizing category extensions. And then obviously when people like Nifsky got on board, got tired of, getting every world record ever, came to category extensions and proceeded to get every world record ever, taking like 30 records for me. Thanks, Nifsky. But it's fine. I'm still second place in a lot of them, like this one, so that's fun. Second place in second quest. I think I'll do Rockathon next, where I would be third place right now, but that run is also a former world record, my current PB. So, this one's a very interesting one, but it is a lot more slow-paced and very hard. So, but it'd be really interesting, especially if I can get this first try. So next we'll go on to this category. We call it Walkathon, but it is the no B button challenge. So I'll go ahead and get it started here. 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm not gonna push B.
Oh my gosh,
so we're gonna walk.
It's like watching someone play this game for the first time at the start.
Yeah.
It's like, what is a run button? We don't know. And somehow it's going to be
reminds
5
me
minutes.
of no. Although it doesn't lose as much time as you think it might. This reminds me of Marble Madness for the NES. A lot of people don't realize that you can hold A to move faster in that game. So it's like, don't realize you can press B to go faster in this game. Yeah, I helped a lot with this category. Wes, also an old school runner of this game, really helped out with the original routing for optimizing this category. I was the first person to beat this category in under 7 minutes. And yes, you can beat Mario without running in under 7 minutes. That's what I'm saying, where you would think it would be, a lot longer than that. But nope, you can beat the game in 6 minutes without pushing B.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, yeah, my current PB is a 6:55. I believe record's a 6:53 right now. I haven't really kept track on a lot of this stuff, so hopefully what I'm saying is accurate. But yeah, so far it looks like, this looks easy. Just wait. It'll take a minute to get there, but just wait. But yeah, Lakitu's fun in this game, where you can even just walk. He can't do anything.
Yeah, this is a good time to remind everybody that you can catch up on past GDQ Hotfix shows, speed walks, and marathons on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/gameshowquick. !YouTube.
Yep.
So yeah, if you are watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. That'd be awesome. And you can always become a channel member to support GDQ. But yeah, our speed walk hotfix show. I love it.
Yeah, we're speed walking here. So those levels seemed pretty easy. Optimally, there's actually like a frame perfect jump in 1-2, and you do like a pipe clip. Things get messy, but I'm not doing that all here. This is where things start to get a little harder, though, because you want to get the wrong warp again. But when you're walking, you don't get as many pixels per bump here. So I'm going to be like, this is already just bad. I'm just going to die. Let me try this a better way. It's just really hard to get the pixels you need for this. So I'm going to take some extra bumps here. So I'm going to try that one. Because a lot of these are really hard to hit. All right, we got it that time. So we should be good as long as I get these next two. There we go. So this should work. Yeah, we're plenty fine. All right, so you can still get the wrong warp while walking.
Yeah, GDS, someday you're going to have to teach me how to do that.
It's not too hard.
Yeah. I want
to do it fast. It's a little harder.
Like, next time I'm at like a hip party at the penthouse suite, and I was like, and it's like, Kiara, can you show us anything cool in Super Mario Bros? And I'll be like, I got you. See, I'm planning for this very unlikely. Wait, hold on. You can.
Yeah, what's up?
I thought you had to run over those. What? You can just hold right?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So that's a fun thing. Yeah, you'll see all these comments in like world record runs being like, this is cheated. You can't just run over the one tile gaps. The fun thing is you can walk over the one tile gaps.
I did not know. I always knew you could run. I did not know you could just walk. That's.
You can just walk over them.
That looks even
all right,
more
this is a hard part.
Yeah.
So you can't make this jump without a wall jump or using a Goomba.
Oh,
okay, so you can see the timing on that's going to be a little hard.
That's really tough.
What's nice about World 8 is, and just speedrunning this game in general, is we allow the continue code for speedruns. And if you don't know what that is, if you game over, while you're on the title screen, you can hold A and then push start, and you'll continue in the world you died on. So if you die in like 5-3, you'll go back to 5-1. So it's not the level, but it's the world you died on. But we allow that for speedruns, so even if I game over in 8-1, I can continue from 8-1.
Yeah.
Oh, that pattern's hard. Usually he spawns a little earlier, so this is what I'm saying. You hold A, push start, we're back. So I'm glad he did that so I can showcase that fun little strat you can do. Anyway, yeah, so this is where, challenge runs just get hard. Except for walking over one tile gaps.
This is very funny to me. Yeah, my entire life, okay, granted this game is way older than I am, but my entire life I've assumed that you had to be running to cross those. And now, like, I'm going to have to adjust my entire worldview.
All right, he went left that time, so that's a lot easier. But yeah, this one jump is like the one hard part of this level. So hopefully I can get past it this time, because I want to have a lot of lives for the last part of the run. So we got to scroll the screen to get the Goomba to get over here, and then there we go. We land on him like that while he's falling down. In top level runs, you can do a wall jump there, but that requires a lot of subpixel manipulation and setup that I'm just not ready to do right now.
Fair.
So, but that strat is a little cooler looking. And then you can cross the rest of this level just fine. It's just that one gap that you can't cross through conventional means. But that is 8-1, and we have 3 lives, which is nice, and I can actually pick up a 1-up mushroom in the next level too. And I'm going to try to carry a lot of 1-ups to the end, because there's actually a mandatory hard strat to do in the last room of the game, which I'll get to when we get there, but... we're in 8-2 now. We're going to go ahead and hit this, which is going to spawn the 1-up, and then we just have to kind of wait for it, but I just want to make sure we can complete a run.
Oh, so 8-2...
Because this is one of those runs.
Yeah, 8-2, this is like the bane of my existence. I've done a number of like classic Mario shufflers where you do like SMB 1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness! What was that pattern?
And,
I've never seen anything like that. That's never happened before?
Okay, there
anyway,
it is. I mean, coming from you and SMB1,
we're getting the mushroom.
Like, that's freaking rare. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, I had to die there. So you need to get a bullet to shoot to the right because you can't cross that gap without bouncing on a bullet, but I got like a weird double shot, which would have made that a little hard. And I slowed down a little too much, got hit, and it just went all out of whack. But what's nice is this 1-up is always there, so you can just constantly farm the 1-up. So keep in mind, you can beat this challenge in under 7 minutes. So just keep that in mind while you're watching me not beat it in 7 minutes. Yeah, this Koopa being in the way is a little annoying, but I really want this mushroom for 8-3. Because there's... Wow, that's a unfortunate. You really don't want to be small only in 8-3 for reasons that'll become apparent later. I'm gonna get this bullet to be right behind me, and then we're gonna bounce on it to cross that gap. That strat's really fun. And then this bullets move the same speed as Mario's walking speed, so looks a little funny. But there we go. We're out of 8-2.
Having the 2 bullet builds.
Yes, if you have multiple sprites on screen, they will despawn other sprites. So yeah, actually having more bullets on screen despawns enemies, which it doesn't really help here with how Hammer Brothers are. They don't really despawn, and you can't really get a lot of bullets on screen. I'm gonna get none. Just add insult to injury. All right, these bros were nice though, but the final 4, the gauntlet, really hard to get through without taking damage in this run. So that's why we have the mushroom. We'll see what happens here. Yep. So it's just really hard to jump over these guys, and now I don't have a damage boost. Yep. That's just how it is. But there are mushrooms to get in 8-3, so we should be good for a little bit.
Yeah, you know what this is reminding me of? It's like that snail thing. I was like, okay, you take $1 million, but if a snail who constantly chases you catches you, you die,
yeah.
Right?
I've heard of
but
that,
Bowser's looking at Mario just do a casual walk through all of his guards, winning. and just nothing can stop the slow march of Mario to his lair. Right. Oh my goodness.
Yep. Ooh, that's a weird pattern. All right, so we're just gonna hope. We kind of just have to hope the bros are nice to us. Man, this is not going in my favor right now. All right. Ooh. Okay, that's good. No. Oh my gosh. I'm getting pretty unlucky here, unfortunately.
That the last bro?
Yeah, that is the last bro. So again, as I keep alluding to, in like high-level runs, this is all mapped out, so you know exactly when to jump, what they're gonna do. I just don't have that luxury at the moment. So I kind of just have to do safety strats and hope they work, and they usually don't. But it's fine. Luckily, we can keep just grinding this mushroom. The first 2 sets are usually not that big of an issue. But yeah, just the last part is really hard to get through. I'm gonna try... Sometimes the Koopa Shell just goes through the bro, but he got that one for me, so that's nice. Yeah. Probably gonna die again, I think.
Oh!
Ooh. Oh, we're good! Wow, let's go! That was close.
I was punched a little bit there, but we're good.
That was fun. Alright. So, this is a level to do walking only. We're gonna buffer an A press to make this jump easy. And then this whole level isn't too bad, but in the final stage, there is a mandatory frame perfect wall jump to beat the game walkathon. So there's a good setup for it. I know how to manipulate my subpixels optimally to hit the wall jump, but it's still a frame perfect input. Luckily, all of this isn't too bad. Looks a little scary, but nothing too bad. This level's a little scary, or this room's a little scary just because of the cheeps that spawn here. But we gotta wait for the plant. But we're good. And then swimming speed is always the same, so this part is exactly the same as it normally would be. And then I gotta just lock in and hope I hit my input for the final room. So here we go. This is gonna look really sketchy, but here we go.
Oh!
Nice! First try! Alright, jump. And time! We did it!
11:24.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, that was sketch.
It wasn't that sketch?
It was very sketch.
Because you have to do the subpixel manipulation, and then that Hammer Bro jumps randomly, so you have to do a certain jump height, so where you can always kind of squash him just in case. But it was all good.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yep, that's the mandatory wall jump you need for walkathon completion. But there you go, I just beat the whole game without pushing D.
That's ridiculous.
Yep, that's Mario for you.
Yeah, I love how they put that pit literally right before the end. Like this really hard.
I mean, they don't intend you to be able to do that, but you know, we can do it. It's fine. All right. I do have another challenge I could do, that we call no coins, but it is somehow like harder. And it's for like one jump. So I think I could just try it, but I can't guarantee a success.
Yeah.
But
look, so Game Masters, we're a show all about like showcasing stuff. Well, whether or not we actually finish something is secondary. Like if there's something cool that we can demonstrate, don't put pressure on yourself on finishing. If we could get an idea for it, I say go for it, and we'll see what happens. If you finish, great. If not, we're still going to learn something and see some awesome gameplay. So I'm down.
Sounds good. All right. Well, all right. No coins then.
No coins challenge.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we're going to try to not pick up coins. So first of all, the first thing you'll notice immediately, I'm not going to take this pipe. There's no way to avoid the coins there. Well, there is, but it's slower than just playing 1-1 normally. So you get to see the rest of 1-1 for the first time ever.
What?
This is what the rest of the level looks like. I know. Yeah. It's wild.
Been a while since I've seen
yeah, this is like... That is what world record does, except they also do flagpole glitch, because of course it does. For this category, I am also second place. I've never had the record, though. I don't know. But I'm second place, and I'm the second person to ever get a sub 5, no coins. Record is a 458 right now. But yeah, it's kind of just a normal run, except you just gotta avoid the coins. It sounds pretty... normal. Oh, well, that was just a skill issue. Pipe jumps are hard. You sometimes forget that pipe jumps are actually not the freest thing in the world. It's only like a 2 to 3 frame window. Speedrunners just make it look easy. But you know, we got the checkpoint, so that actually wasn't a huge time loss.
Now,
so that's nice.
Is the enemy RNG going to be off for the rest of the run, basically?
Yeah, but it would be anyway. Like, I don't have any of this routed in like a marathon setting. It's just... You can't expect perfection in these types of runs. It's just not feasible. But yeah, for a lot of levels, it's pretty straightforward. Usually the first 3 kind of look the same. And then once we're out of 4-1, it gets a little hard. Like 4-2, where we usually do the bumps to push Mario to get the wrong warp, I can't do the first one because there are coins in the way, so I have to bump in a different area. And then 8-1, there is one jump that is like nearly impossible. Which is why I say this category probably won't finish with the challenge attack, but we're gonna bump there, just not hit those coins. And then I should be able to get the rest here, no issue. Yeah, alright. Nice. Good wrong warp, and then we're gonna go the bottom route here, not get any of those coins. Alright, this is where things get hard.
As is tradition, World 8, things get hard.
So, I'm gonna be honest, it's just a miracle if I get out of this level with no coins. But we'll see. And you'll see what I mean here shortly. If you saw the walkathon run I just did, you might get an idea of what I'm alluding to.
You know, I'm getting the categories mixed up. Like, oh no, you hit a Goomba, it's over. Like, no, we're not doing, we're not doing pacifist and no coins. We're just doing no coins.
All right. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, huh?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so... This is why this category is hard. Maybe you understand a little more now.
I noticed we have encountered a problem.
It is possible. You can do that Goomba strat I did in Walkathon, basically, and make it, but it is ridiculously tight. The high-level strategies actually do a wall jump there, but you need, like, very particular subpixels to, like, just miss the coin's hitbox and also still hit the wall jump pixel. It's wild.
Yeah, I like how we all see it.
I'll try this a few tries, but like, yeah, it's like, seriously? Yeah, okay. So I'm a little early there, but you see the vision. I'm trying to just...
You can do it, I believe.
Release A barely to avoid that coin and still have just enough height to squash that Goomba as it's falling off the pit to make it back up. It is so dumb.
Yeah, this is a good question from the chat. It's like, so... Is a pacifist no coin run possible?
No. Well, yeah, I guess technically. I don't know. Once we start combining categories, it's lost on me. So, all right, let's see here.
Yeah, just a little early.
I'll try it a few times, and if I end up hitting the coin, I'll give up. But I am getting kind of close, so I want to see. And I can just infinitely respawn and eat one. And since I can push B now, it's not as much of a time loss. I just want to see if I can do it. This is, this is all about just a showcase.
No, we can just do
Who cares?
Like if we don't like, we can just do the jump. We could showcase the other levels as well and see what you have to avoid coins in them. That'd be perfectly fine.
But it'd be really cool if I could hit that.
It would be really cool, and so that's why you're gonna do it.
Oh no! Oh man, if I just tap left a little more, I could have hit the ground and jumped right before I hit him. All right,
this is the one.
I have like a Hail Mary final strat I can do. I could wait for the last Goomba and jump off that, so I couldn't possibly hit a different Goomba, but which is a little harder. But would it avoid that happening? But I that was almost it.
That was very close.
I missed like one input there.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Let me try the last one. This is a little harder though.
Yo!
I did it! All right, go! I'm so scared now because that was all right. That's not even the final hard part. This is the final hard part.
Oh my goodness, it just gets worse.
So after hitting that, yeah, all right.
How do we get through that?
Yeah,
does that involve a wall jump or just like a very precise?
No, you can just make it. It's again, it's like frame perfect jump, frame perfect A release almost. I don't think quite, but it feels like it. All right. I think I'm gonna give up on the challenge. Like I hit the thing, and I don't want to like waste too much time attempting this.
Here, give it one more. Give it one more here. Yeah, one more, and then we can say it's like, okay, we've seen this one done. You have graduated from this jump. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we can jump past this one.
The fact,
and then
the fact I hit it once is pretty wild. Like I was not expecting to actually make that work.
And you did.
That strat is so hard. I did. Okay. So I'm just gonna skip that section. I'll try to hit everything else in the run though. Like we gave it our best. I'm gonna like hit every trick, just like not in a full run, I guess.
Yeah, it's a showcase.
Full like you're legitimate run. Yeah. So.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna get 2 coins. I know.
Just grab these coins. I thought this was gonna be a no coin run. Oh my gosh.
Wow. All right, I'll try to hit this jump again though. Okay,
nice.
So I didn't hit it, but I still accidentally hit that coin. But like you can see why it's so hard. Yeah, like
onwards to 8-2.
But yeah, you can make that pit jump without hitting it. It's just really tight. The rest of the game I think I can do without any issues. But yeah, invalid run, I know, sue me, but you can just watch my PB if you want to see what it actually looks like.
Yeah, and where can we watch your PB at GTA's?
I have this great YouTube channel under GTA's 99. If you also want to watch like 170 podcast episodes of me interviewing different speedrunners, you can watch it too.
Yeah.
Oh, but this run is on there, my 459 no coin, which doesn't even do that Goomba strat you saw. I do like a really precise manipulated wall jump setup. Anyway, again, we want the mushroom just so this level can't potentially be a problem.
This level is the worst. And you know, I gain solace in the fact that even top level speedrunners still hate this level and still get got by the Hammer Bros because they're just the worst.
But I didn't get got, so it's fine.
Because you're amazing.
Yeah. And then the intentional slowdown, again, avoids fireworks. Alright, so yeah. The rest of this should be fine, although I have to hit like a mandatory wall jump because the intended path to beat the second room is to reveal a hidden coin block, which obviously would invalidate the run. Ignore the fact that it's already invalid. So this is a mandatory wall jump now, although there is a backup if I miss it. But he never misses.
I've never seen you miss that. You've been on the show before.
Exactly.
I've never seen you miss that.
Yeah, it's a 2-frame window, which means it's free.
And in Mario 2-frame, that might as well be infinite.
That's
frames,
easy.
right?
So we're doing crouch swimming again, which is why I'm not taking damage. My hitbox is cut in half. I'm not cheating, I promise. Perfect water. And yeah, like the rest of this is fine, just as it would be normally. So, a 3-coin run, you know?
Yeah,
not bad. You can see why I was like, I don't think this is gonna work.
So basically, like 8-1 is the challenge.
Yeah.
And like once you get through 8-1, that's like you're not necessarily home free because you still got to do the rest of Mario Bros. 1, which is not free by any means. But like in terms of like the coin specific stuff, you make it through.
Yes.
So well, that was awesome.
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. So I think a little treat for everyone, because it's something I've done. If people are familiar with my work on mainline GDQ runs and stuff, I thought I'd do a one-handed run.
A one-handed run. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember that cool warpless run I did at GDQ 2023? I hit flagpole glitch. It was sick.
Yeah, flagpole. I mean, yeah.
Don't expect that,
today,
but
right? But you did it with one hand.
I mean, I could at least try it. Try to go for it. I don't have a good camera. I could just have like my hand up here, so you know, like something's up.
Just
but
the water bottle. Yeah, I think it'll be good. Yeah. I mean, going through one-handed, I think we'll be able to tell. You know what? Don't worry about like having to have your left hand like on screen at all times. You just want to put it where someone.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Comfortable, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't done this in a while, but I feel like I have to because we're doing challenge runs and this is like my thing.
Yeah.
I did the first ever Mario the Lost Levels one-handed run at PAX East a couple months ago. So I guess I have world record in that category technically, because I'm the only person to ever apparently do that. I think I'm fourth. I'm like 4th or 5th place in this category. I have a sub 5. World record's actually a 456, which does a flagpole glitch and another trick and bullet bill glitch and 1-frame wall jump. Anyway, I'm not doing all that. All right, but I'll go ahead and give it a try. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so I'll have my hand up here. So even though my hand's a little off screen, the layout is I don't have anything like really holding it down. I'm just kind of pushing it down with my hand on my leg. And then I'm using my thumb for the D-pad. So I can really only do one direction at a time, and it's hard for me to swap left and right. And then my pointer finger's on B and my middle finger's on A, and that's how I'm playing right now. And I can do almost everything I can do normally. Just anything that requires a left input, like quick left to right inputs is hard, which there aren't a lot of, but it'll make it like 4-2 wrong warp a little harder, but I can in theory just play everything else how I normally would. Like hit these pipe jumps and everything. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, I imagine as long as you're holding right, you can kind of like get the timing down, because it's like, you know, you're holding the button and then you're timing, you're holding run the whole time, then you're timing the jumps. But yeah, anytime you got to do direction swaps, that's when I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Yeah. So like to do the backwards bumps in 4-2, you would need to do a lot of that kind of quick left to right movement, and I'm just not good at that. I did it in my PB, but it was pretty slow. You know what? Here, I'll try it. No, I can already tell. Yeah. I don't know how I did that at SGQ 2023. I really don't. I couldn't begin to tell you. But, yeah. Still not bad. So the way I usually do this one-handed in like this kind of format is I just do forward bumps, because if you bump a wall forward, you still get pushed, just not as much at all. So I'm gonna just have to bump into a lot of things a lot more. So it's gonna look weird. Just like, wow, this guy just keeps bumping into things. But if I did it right, we wrong one. So it's fine.
That's what matters.
It's fine, yeah. And then I can do the rest of the run, no problem, right? I'm gonna try to avoid picking up any power-ups or anything. I'm gonna see if I can do like a clean run of this. But I won't know what like 8-3 patterns will be. So I'll just see how far I can take it. But I'll try it. I'll see if I can get a perfect 8-1. Because if I can get like everything perfect except 4-2, that would be pretty hype. It'd still be like a 5-0-3, which is pretty ridiculous for one hand.
Hey, it's that jump with the 3
Nice.
Goombas.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, it's burned it in your memory forever now. Alright, perfect 8-1, one-handed, so that's pretty hype. I'll see if I get the extra frame rule. Hopefully we didn't lose the 25% chance. We didn't. Very good.
How can you tell?
The coin flash. The frame rule cuts off when the coin is lit. If you get it, and then it's dark if you don't. And you can kind of tell just like if it took longer. I don't know. We have our ways. Here I'm gonna play it a little safe and bonk intentionally. Gets through that part a lot easier. Actually, you know what?
No way.
Awesome!
No way.
Well, that's not my PB. Alright. That is far easier. It is just a frame perfect jump and you win a 50-50, but like, I mean, it's a frame perfect jump and I won a 50-50.
Yeah.
Alright, this level is going to be pure random, so I'm reacting on the fly and I just have to hope these guys don't kill me. Okay. He did the early hammer. There's really nothing you can do about that. Yeah, just unlucky. That's how it goes. But we got Bullet Bill Glitch, which is pretty hype. But it's hard to get the mushroom, so I'm really just gonna try to brute force this. I just gonna hope these guys don't hit me.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't accidentally. I hit a frame perfect jump and set up my subpixels for a flagpole glitch. So I was like, well, hold on, let me try it.
Hold.
But I think I jumped a frame late. Otherwise, that was fine. So that's kind of funny. Anyway, A4. We'll see if I can continue my streak of the wall jump.
I believe.
So, whole 2-frame window. Oh, I finally missed it. Oh,
runs invalid.
Wait.
now.
Let me try something. This might be too hard to do with one hand, but it'd be really funny if I could do it.
Oh,
let's go. Didn't think I'd pull that off. Oh, that sheep tried to snipe me, but he failed. Nice. I'm getting a lot of swag these runs, so you know that makes up for something.
Hey, look, you got time to swag. Yeah, you can just show off. Literally,
know
so chat, this show, I was talking to GTAs about coming on, and like, essentially what this is GTAs just show off for 2 hours. And that's what we've got going
I'd be
on.
happy to. Time! Alright, yay. I beat the game with one hand. Never before seen.
And I was still sub 6, even with the death.
Yeah.
I got that as a 5:52, which is faster than I've ever beaten SMB1. But
yeah. Not faster than I have on GDQ though. At a PAX West 2024, I got like a 540 something. So
still really
still
good.
pretty. It didn't have bullet bill glitch though. I don't think.
No, that
I think I got
this
coin
run's better.
tossed. So
Yeah, we have the bullet.
this run is better swag wise. This run is much better
Yes,
actually.
more entertaining.
So that's good.
All
Right.
Anyway,
Well, I have one more run that's like an any % run I can do.
yeah, we can do that and then head into a break. That actually works out perfectly. If I'm assuming, let me take a guess here. That
Yes.
This run may be on the order of 5 minutes.
If everything goes well,
Yeah.
it'll be a lot faster than 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. What do we got? What do we got? What do you got for us?
Well, I want to switch to the Famicom Disk System version of Super Mario Brothers.
All right. Let's go ahead and swap the games.
Yes. I will swap the games now. And
I hope everybody's having a good time. Type 1 if you're enjoying the SMB1 showcase. I am. I've learned so much. I'm still thinking about that you can just walk over the gaps. That's the one that's been getting me.
Aw. All right. I should be good.
All good? Okay, we are set.
Yep. We're set. So this, it's going to look the exact same, but I'm playing on an AV Famicom. So I actually have the Famicom Disk System version loaded up here. So I'm going to do a category that's actually, I've been doing a lot of category extensions. Any percent is obviously like the main category you saw. And then everything else I've done has been on the category extensions. This is another main category speedrun. And we call it minus world ending. So on the, if you're familiar with the minus world glitch, if you do the minus world glitch, minus world is like this infinitely looping 7-2. Because you're actually in like level 36-1, the game's all confused, you can't beat it. On the Famicom Disk System version, things are a little different. World 36 is completely different levels because it's reading data in a different way. And it's actually beatable. And technically, if you want to be really technical, it's the true any percent of this game, because when you beat -3 or World 36-3, the game acts like you beat the game proper. But that would be stupid. So why would we ever do that? It's its own category, minus world ending. But I want to show it off because if you haven't seen it before, it is very interesting. And I've had the world record before, of course. And there's a great documentary by Summoning Salt above the history of this category, which I can highly recommend. And I make an appearance. Hello, it's me.
Featured.
Anyway,
yes.
I am, because I've had the world record. It's great. I had it for a week and it was a 1-frame improvement. I'm so good. Anyway, let's go ahead and do it.
Yep, count us.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Luck.
So yeah, gonna look exactly the same until I hit minus world, and then it's gonna look very different.
Yeah, minus world is something I have heard of, but I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Hey, we got one. Let's go. Yay, world record pace.
Oh my god.
No. I don't think my underground was fast enough to actually get the frame rule. Ooh, might have been actually. World record pace.
All right, time to abandon the minus world stuff and just go for back to 80%.
No, I was meaning world record pace in minus world, but no. No, I'm not gonna. There's no chance everything goes well. But, well, actually, no, it's not good for a marathon. No. I'm gonna pick up the mushroom and do the standard clip that we're all used to. I could technically go for a much harder strat, but if I miss it, I can almost invalidate the run pretty easily. But yeah, plus this is what we're all used to doing, just the crouch jump into the corner here and hoping you get clipped in. If it could work, there we go. So, welcome to Minus World.
Okay.
So this is what it looks like in the Famicom Disk System version.
Oh.
We got Peach hanging out.
Peach.
We're underwater in 1-3. We got Bowser. He's just chilling. Recently, it was actually discovered by a lot of people that they finally found arbitrary code execution in Mario 1 using this level in the Famicom Disk System version. I'm gonna go for a really hard strat here. Oh, barely. Okay, so you can hit a full flagpole glitch where it's like a bullet bill glitch without a bullet bill where you get pushed off to the left. But it's a frame perfect swim input on the ground, and I think I was 1 frame early. But that saves a ton of time in the speedrun.
I'm amazed the game
it's a mandatory
crash.
trick.
Like, how is it working right now with all this mess?
Who knows? But this is just 7-2. Or sorry, 7-3. Sorry, -2, but this is 7-3. Exactly the same level. We're gonna beat it normally. I had to duck under some cheap, so that messed up subpixels. Couldn't even try a flagpole glitch, unfortunate. But this level is gonna be a little wacky as well. So we're gonna go into 4-4, but it's underground, and we've got some flying bloopers. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm gonna go for a clip here. Nice. That was actually optimal for Big Mario. Because now we can just run across the top here. And... Oops. Time.
Oh, wait, what? we
Yep,
won?
that's it. We won.
What?
Yep, we won.
What?
What? Thank you, Mario Butter Princess in Another Castle, though. We press B, and we unlock World Select, which means the game thinks we beat 8-4.
Oh my gosh.
So, there's your true any percent if you want to be really technical, but again, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, that was like under
minus world ending. That is a minus world ending speed run. The world record is currently a 2:30, a low 2:30, because it does like some ridiculous strats that I didn't do. But my PB is a 2:30, a high 2:31, and when I got record, that it was like a high 2:31. I think I was the second person to ever get a 2:31.
That's
not that matters. Plenty of people have done that now. But
I mean,
this is old. This is the olden days, like 2020.
2020.
So long
in
ago.
The old days of 2020.
The old days.
6 years ago. Oh my God, 6 years ago. Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, that's all the any percent style runs I got.
Yeah. Before we see some more awesome SMB1, we're going to head into a short break. Before we do, if you are watching GDQ, we do want to hear from you. Games and Quick is looking to learn how you watch speedruns the most. So if you have a few minutes, please visit gdq.gg/survey and welcome back from the break, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the variety of any percent kind of base challenge runs where we're going through the game with a variety of restrictions. And you may be wondering, what is there in the warpless category that we can showcase here? And we got a couple for you. They are a little bit longer, so we'll fit a few in for the rest of the show. Once again, I'm your host, Kiara_TV, and I'm joined by GTA's99. Just an absolutely incredible, classic Mario speedrunner. And like we've already seen so many, like I can't explain how ridiculous a lot of these tricks are that we're seeing. But we're going to start things off with a regular, unmodified, warpless run of Super Mario Bros. So GTA's, whenever you are ready, if there's anything you want to chat about the run before we get started, feel free. And yeah, right. I'm excited to see it.
So yeah, warpless is my thing. This was I got the warpless record for the first time back in May of 2019, and I had only been speedrunning for like a year and a half at that point. So that was my thing for a while. And then I was the second person to get a sub 19, first person to get an 1857. Which is still my current PB and still like 5th place. And that was like almost 6 years ago or something, 5 years ago. So, pretty good. Warpless is, this is my favorite category. And I'll try to show you why, because it's great. I'm going to do a particular route through the game. We talked about frame rules. It's like, if I route everything perfectly, I can know exactly what's going to happen. I can actually do that in this category and in 80%. If you saw the 80% run, I was doing that. If I play perfectly, I can do it in warpless, but that's playing perfectly for 19 minutes, which is a little hard, but not impossible. So I'll go ahead and start here, and I can explain a little bit more as we go. But we'll start here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So the first thing we're going to want to do is pick up the power-ups. It might seem slow, but it'll save time throughout the run, and you'll see why when we get there. But this is also this is implemented into the route I am using. So we do got to slow down intentionally here to avoid that 6, avoids the fireworks. So we're going to get the fire flower in 1, 2, and then we want to keep that the rest of the run. And why that's helpful is you can fire kill the Bowsers, and it's actually a time save each time you do that because it skips the bridge collapsing, which takes like, it's like a 2.5 second animation. And if you skip that 8 times, well, 7 times, because timing ends when you grab the axe at the very end. But if you skip that a lot, that adds up quite a bit. So it ends up being faster to always use the fire flower. Plus, it just makes the rest of the run pretty easy because you can shoot everything out of your way. Yeah, no one-handed warpless, That was a one and done for me. I had the run of my life at SGDQ 2023. I can't tarnish its reputation. So 2 hands for all of these runs. But so far, so good. Those were the first 2 levels, perfectly executed. But 1-4 is a little harder because Bowser, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to jump forward. And when he jumps forward, it's a lot harder to kill him fast. So what I'm going to have to do is shoot 2 fireballs early, have them hit him as he loads on screen, duck under him, turn left, shoot 3 fireballs while I'm moving towards the axe and grab it all in like one swift movement. And it's very hard to do that.
No, that seems doable to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I should be 100% at it, but I'm like 50-50 at it, so we'll see. But I'll lock in here. All right, we're good.
Hey,
cool.
Look.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fine. Bowser needs 5 fireballs to hit him, and then he'll die. And those were 5 fireballs, just very quickly. Sometimes it only takes 3 to 4 fireballs, and that's because Bowser actually has 2 hitboxes. And if one fireball collides with both hitboxes on the same frame, he will take double damage. I couldn't really do that. Well, first of all, it's hard to like force that to happen, except in really interesting situations. And with the pattern I was getting, that doesn't happen, basically. So yeah, I shot all 5. They were all there if you go back and count. It was just really fast.
I believe you.
But we are en route, and I'll be able to confirm it actually with the patterns I get in this level. If I know where the cheeps are, I'll know if I'm on pace, which I should be. But here, I'll swim to the music, and then if I shoot fireballs to the music at a certain point and they hit cheeps, you'll know that I'm on route. And that's right there, so I'm on route. That's my little tell. So, if I play the rest of the run perfectly, this will be a 1903. Playing the rest of the run perfectly is not as easy as it sounds. I don't know if it sounds easy, but... Yep, that's what we're doing here. So, I know if I stay on this route, I know what every single enemy in the game is going to do. Which is very nice. So there's no RNG right now. I know exactly everything. It's kind of fun. You can feel like a wizard because I can call out things that are going to happen.
Right, do it. Prove it, wizard.
And then they happen.
Prove it.
Well, I did in 2-2 a little bit, but let's see. The strat here is I'm going to buffer a jump at the start, so you can hold A here and Mario will jump on the first frame, and that's good for like manipulating patterns. I'm going to buffer a jump here to make Bowser go backward, and then yeah, he'll go backward and I can get all my hits in. And it's nice. Because you don't like those forward Bowsers. Like I was saying in 1-4, that was a bit of a hard strat I had to do. But now because I buffered and I'm on this pace, Bowser will go backward. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed backwards. There, there it is. Yep.
And that was easy. Yep, that was easy. A very obvious place you'll see that I know what I'm doing is if I maintain this route into 3-4, because that has Potaboos, and Potaboos jump at random heights. And if you don't know what they're going to do, you're like flipping a coin and hoping you don't get hit if you decide to go like over them or under them or whatever. But I know exactly what each one will do. So that'll make me look like a wizard, I guess. But first I have to get there. And these levels aren't exactly free, but we should be good. I should be used to doing this, you know? It's fine.
You've done an attempt or two in the past.
Yeah. So yeah, I was talking about at the start that I've had the record in this category 4 separate times. With a 1902, and 2 1859s and an 1857. That 1857 is still one of my proudest runs, still my current PB in that category, although I'd like to improve it someday. But just everything that led to that was pretty ridiculous. And I got Warpless has given me a lot. It's been my thing, what I like to submit to marathons. Here we are. And at the World Championship, I didn't place as well this time, unfortunately, but in marathons, I've always placed pretty well in Warpless. I won the 2020 Warpless tournament we had on Speed Gaming, which was the last tournament we did there. And now if you know anything about these world championships I keep alluding to, and a man named Flibbity Dibbity with his tech where he puts all these racers on one screen. I always compete in those because it's so cool. We showcased his tech at HDQ 2025. So if you look up the Super Mario Brothers run for that. All right, I need to shut up for a second so I know what I'm doing. I buffer a jump again, and then I should just be able to get under all these potaboos. See?
Yeah.
How does he know?
You're a wizard.
And Bowser goes backwards. It's fine. Still perfect pace for the route I'm doing. Anyway, so like I was saying, these are the strats we use in races. So if anyone was like watching these World Championship runs, this is the route that everyone does to start. And then if you like make a mistake, you have to start doing just regular backup strats and safety strats throughout the run. But if you can maintain this route, you can get a 1903 every single time. And people can do that consistently. But it is not obviously free, but at a top level, it is something you really want to be able to do, is get like just crank out 1903s.
So where does the extra 6 seconds come from?
Oh, for my my
get down
PB?
to 1857.
A bunch of flagpole glitches, really aggressive Bowser kills, a clip in 4-4, a bunch of shenanigans, faster power-up routing, and you're probably not aware, but I'm talking, you know, it's like, how do you save that much time between that and 1857? The current world record is an 1849.
Wow.
How does that save time over in 1857? I don't have the time to explain. Watch a like Cosmic or Bismuth video or something. Oh my gosh, I still just can't comprehend the world record in Warpless. It's like 7 seconds ahead of second place right now. I don't know. All right, this level's hard. I have to do like a 2-frame jump at the end to grab the flagpole in a certain way, which will save a frame and in turn a frame rule, which I really want to hit. I think I got it. So it makes Mario just land a pixel higher, and it makes him get to the castle a little faster.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
So we're good. And then this Bowser fight's a little tricky. Luckily, I can take it kind of safe, but my movement has to be pretty good as well. I think that's fine. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, that was good. So we should still be on route. No issues here. But anyway, back to the tournaments, since we got more free time. They're really cool. Flibbity Dibbity does great work. If you're familiar with SME1 speedrunning at all, you've probably seen his work somewhere, just because his YouTube videos have done pretty well in the past. And his racing technology is like redefining speedrunning, in my opinion. Like speedrunning tournaments, at least. But currently it's only for Mario 1, so I'm hoping more can come of that. But he's one guy doing it all on his own, so as it stands right now, it's just not feasible. But yeah, check out the Mario 1 tournaments. They happen every summer. Same place as Classic Tetris. And yeah. We usually do races, or I'm doing the strats I would do in races, but we also do something called LTA, or Lifetime Attack, which is a very popular tournament, like speedrun thing. I don't know the best way to say it, but oh, what the heck? Huh. That Koopa was not where you should have been. Okay. Weird. Well, anyway. I don't know what I did in the level to mess him up, but that's fine. So much for the 1903, I guess, but we got halfway through the run. Although that is a bit annoying. Because usually you, jump from where I did and you land on him and land on the staircase. I don't know what happened. Anyway. LTA, Lifetime Attack. So it's what you see at, like, Break the Record. That's an LTA, basically. So you just, you have a set time and just pour attempts in, and then whoever gets the best run wins in that time period. And we do those kind of tournaments as well at the events. So, like, you'll have, like, an hour and a half to do any percent runs and see what time you can get, or do... 2 hours of Warpless runs, see the best time you can get. 2 years in a row now, I've gotten an 1859 in those 2 hours, which is not easy to do. So I'm pretty happy about that, at least. So anyway, now I have to do safety strats, unfortunately. I don't like going slow, but it is what it is. I know my backups, which is good. As a speedrunner, always know your backups. That is very important. So now I'll just employ safety strats and everything will be fine. But yeah, Mario 1 tournaments are cool. Go check them out. Subscribe to Flibbity Dibbity's YouTube channel. I know it's a confusing name, but the content is worth it. Trust me. I am a big fan of his work, and here, if you want a good taste of his work, I said we did a showcase at GDQ 2025. Look up that run, like the Super Mario Brothers run that happened at that event. It'll say like any percent STA, which stands for simultaneous time attack, which is what he calls that format. That showcases his technology, and he's the one commentating and everything. So, and we also at that event had it set up in the practice room for anyone to give it a try too. So we were doing like races in the practice. It was so cool. I'm a big fan of that technology, and I just really hope to see it flourish because I know our tournament was about the same turnout as it was last year, and we're looking to expand it a little more. So I'm making sure to plug it as best I can. But yeah, I could talk about Warpless forever. And tournaments and just everything.
We don't have quite forever.
Yeah, not quite.
But
I've just been yapping.
To showcase plenty of this category and some variations of it that we'll be seeing.
It's true. So even though I died and it was tragic, very sad, if I do everything else, even with the safety strats perfectly, it should still be underestimate. I'm not going to guarantee it because I still need to execute well,
yes,
but I didn't lose enough time for it to go under the estimate we have set right now, which is nice. You can top runners can consistently get sub 20s, like no matter what, pretty much. I hopefully won't eat my words, but so there I implemented a safety strat, which now manipulates all these fire bars to be out of my way, just by hesitating the way I did there, which is nice. I don't know what Bowser's going to do. He throws hammers now, though, which can cause lag with the fireballs. There's too many sprites on screen. Top runs will try to minimize lag by shooting fireballs at specific times and everything, but I don't know what pace I'm on anymore, so can't do that. 7-2 is going to be a little problematic, and first of all, like, all of the enemies in water stages are supposed to be random, pretty much. Obviously, if you know your route, frame rules, yada yada, you know what's going to happen, but
seems like it's hard
I'm
to get
not
through water
on that
levels
pace now.
optimally.
Yeah, so I kind of just have to react to everything that spawns and try my best to dodge and shoot everything out of my way, but what sucks is a blooper can spawn at the very end of the level, and it can just, like, hit you. And there's really nothing you can do about it unless you slow down. You can chance it. Sometimes you can get past him just barely, but it's like, is it worth the risk? Because you can't get back up to Fire Mario if you get hit in the stage until like 8-2, because you can get a mushroom in 7-3, and then your next power-up isn't till 8-2. So it's like, kind of a, is the reward worth the risk kind of a deal? So we'll see what happens, because I can't guarantee if he won't show up or not now. Alright, he despawned, so that's nice. I didn't even have to worry about him. So yeah, at the end you saw there was no blooper there. Usually there is. There's supposed to be one that spawns there, but he didn't, so. What a pal. Didn't even have to worry about it. So now I'm gonna just shoot a bunch of fireballs, and that's because cheeps have the potential to get in your way. But if you shoot fireballs at consistent areas, if one spawns, you'll like snipe it on its way up. Alright, like right there, one could have happened, it didn't. So, just shot my fireballs just in case, but the rest of the level should be fine now.
Very nice.
Right. Yeah. And also, you couldn't really tell in 4-4 because I breezed through it, but it was a maze level. So if you took the wrong route, it would make you like do that section again. This is another maze level, but I know the route, so it's fine. But what's important is you want to be on the ground when you hit these invisible triggers, because if you're in the air when you hit the trigger, it doesn't count.
Well, of course it doesn't.
No. So, you gotta be on the ground, but we're good. We know where the triggers are, so it's fine. This Bowser Arena's a little hard, so... Alright, and a little laggy. That went pretty well, though. Pretty decent pattern for that. Alright, and here is where, like, you can tell fire really helps, because 8-1 and 80%, you gotta do all these pipe jumps. It's pretty hard, but now you can just snipe the plants. It's great. Makes this level free. So it's nice that Fire Mario has the benefit of both saving time on each Bowser fight if you kill him quick, but then you can just kill every enemy that's in your way, and it makes a lot of the standard levels much easier. But you do have to get used to being able to, like, snipe things at the right times while jumping. It's a hard skill to master, but I think I've mastered it by this point. 6-2 is a good example of that, where you're just sniping plants that would otherwise be in your way, like, while you're on your way to hitting them. This always looks a little scary, but if you know where to jump and where to duck, you're fine. With that staircase. And then this level's a bit tricky with this pipe, so I'm gonna bonk intentionally and then try to shoot in a particular spot, get that Koopa out of the way. Only loses a frame rule. No, it's not too bad. That's my preferred safety strat for that. Only loses 1 frame rule. If I was, like, on the optimal pace, I would have wanted to be on. I would have gone for a harder strat, but... And again, what's nice about having fireballs? Hammer Brothers. The scariest thing, like, you saw how they were wrecking me in some of the challenge runs.
Yeah, here they just don't
There's,
matter.
like, nothing they can do now. Yeah, there's nothing they can do now. Unless they jump, like, super early, but...
I thought that hammer
that's a
was gonna
rare
get
thing.
you,
Yeah, no. And then, again, intentional slowdown, you know the drill.
Yeah.
We're in 8-4.
Avoid the fireworks.
Yep. So, time will be when I grab the X at the end, and you'll see what Warpless looks like, with 1 death, and, like, everything else was pretty good. Except for whatever the heck happened in 5-2. I still don't know. But we're gonna do the 2-frame wall jump setup as always. It's pretty easy every time, you know. Every time. I only missed it with 1 hand, which I think is a little more understandable. Well, that was a pretty good turnaround, too.
You had the cool backup, too, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was all worth it. I don't think I've ever hit that kind of backup one-handed, because there's, like, no reason to do the backup I did, but it was funny.
It was. No, that's one of the highlights.
And time.
GG. And there you have it. That is a normal version of the warpless routes, done here in just under 20 minutes. So GG's.
Yep.
So what do you have? It's 1931, by the way, is what we got. What do you have cooked up
Pretty good,
for us as other ways to spin a warpless category? So we've done the warpless any percent, I guess. Just get to the end of the game. What else can we do?
There's a few different warpless stuff. So for, like, second quest, there's a warpless variant. One-handed, there's a warpless variant. World record holder, by the way. I still have some records. I'm not fully washed. I'm getting there, but I'm not fully washed.
Watch a world record holder, GT Ace. You can check the pinned message. Go give him a follow.
Yeah, I really should stream more. Anyway.
Or go to the YouTube channel.
I will, I promise.
Podcast. Yeah.
True. The podcast every Sunday is guaranteed content for me. I have, like, a 174-week streak. I can't give that up. Anyway, yeah, so I have a selection here. Again, if you go to, like, speedrun.com/SMBCE, which is our category extension page, there's a giant list full of things. You can see, like, whatever. There's so many. But we don't have time for all of those, or we'd be here for many, many, many hours. So I selected 2 that I think are good, and I have experience being the current world record holder of both of them, actually. I can confirm that. So, you know, that's pretty good. So first, I think I'll do what's called all one-up mushrooms warpless. And what that means is, you know, like 1-1 has the one-up, 1-2 has the one-up. And you might remember, like, if you warp to World 2, there's like a one-up near the start.
Right.
So this game actually, let me turn off the ending music. This game actually has a weird mechanic with how its one-ups work. The 1-1 is like guaranteed there at the start. 1-2 is always there. The one in 8-2 that I was showing earlier is always there. But in all the other levels, there's one in each X-1. So like 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, etc. But it's not always there. If you like use a warp zone, it'll be there. So like if you've warped to World 4 and you see like speedrunners hit the one-up but not collect it, they just hit the block in any percent runs. In a warpless run, they're not there. The way to get them to spawn is to collect every coin in the previous world's third level.
What?
So like to get the one, yes. So to get the 2-1 one up to spawn, you have to collect, well, 1-3 is funny because you can get all but 2 coins for some reason. But like to get the 3-1 one up to spawn, you have to get all the coins in 2-3. The 4-1, all the coins in 3-3, etc. And that's for every one up. So this has a really interesting routing to it.
That's wild. I thought it was just, this was just going to be, we go hit a bunch of bricks, get the one up out of it, and we're done. I didn't expect this twist.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to do this, because it has a twist you wouldn't expect. Yep. And that's what this is. So I'll go ahead and get that started now. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So we're going to get the mushroom again.
And then 1-3, we got to get
But this time, yes. But now we have to make sure we hit that one up and keep the pipe spawn so you can still go down it. It's a little tricky, but not too bad. But it's one of those things you got to remember. So we got the first one up. Just a few more to go.
There's a lot.
There's also a one up in 1-2. Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few one ups. So there's, let's see, 9 of them? That seems low. Anyway.
We'll count them. I
think
one.
That's right, though. Yeah, we got one. And then there's one here. And it's always here. So I'm going to play this part safe because you need to get up here. And there it is. So there's another one. And now we're doing this warpless. Like, there's actually not a 1-up until 2-1. So in a different routing, so it's actually broken down into subcategories. Because you could just warp to 2-1 and then get the 1-up mushroom. Because there are no 1-ups in 1-3 or 1-4. But I'm specifically doing warpless because it has this added get all the coin thing, which I find very unique. So I'm actually going to be collecting all these coins.
And you could miss 2 of them.
And I can miss 2 of them, but only in this level. I don't know why it's like that,
Does
but
it include
that is
coins
just how
and
it
boxes,
is.
Or just the ones in the level?
I don't think there are any boxed coins in those stages. Okay. I went ahead and got them all just because. Slowed down to avoid the 6. So no funny business. Yeah, I don't think there's any coin blocks in a -3 level. Yeah, I don't think so. But because this category is a little harder to like kind of match a route, like even in my world record run, I didn't like map frame rules for it or anything. Nice. So that's just kind of how it is. It's harder to map your route when there's a lot more variation in how you play the levels. Yeah,
so you gotta react.
But anyway, because I got all those coins,
and
yeah,
how they behave.
I'll have to react and everything. But because I got that 1-up, now all the coins, that 1-up mushroom spawn. It would not have been there otherwise.
Are there any levels that have more than one 1-up in it, or is it just like strictly 1 per level max?
It's just 1 per level. Okay, that was weird. Okay.
Alright, that's fine.
My like A button dropped on me. That's fine.
You got backup.
Easy backup. Wall jump? I hit the pixel too. That would have been funny. Oh well. Anyway, I have to slow down a bit to make sure I get all the coins in 2-3, because if you know about like 2-3 and 7-3, they have the flying cheeps, which spawn randomly and can be in your way, and it sucks. So I'll probably have to slow down anyway to avoid them, and so the power up there will be very easy to grab. So you'll get to see the rare duck swimming in 2-2, because there's no reason not to. The reason you don't see duck swimming when you have a fire flower is because you actually can't shoot fireballs while you're duck swimming. So that's kind of the... You gotta get rid of something for the hitbox thing to work. But obviously I couldn't shoot fire anyway right now. So my hit... Oh, that still hit me? I was trying to showcase that like my head clipped in the wall. I guess I wasn't mashing fast enough. That's fine. There's a power up in 2-4 as well. This will be on the test for the run after this, by the way, so make sure you're jotting all this down. But yeah, now we got to get all the coins in here to be able... And now I can show you where all the 1-ups are, because maybe you don't know, like, where all the 1-ups are. Some of them are in really interesting areas. So yeah, this level I have to collect all the coins to make the 1-up spawn in 3-1, and it's going to be a little harder now since I'm small. But... now we're not small. But yeah, see, these cheeps are kind of getting in my way, so I just have to kind of wait for them. Alright, we got all the coins. So now the 1-up is guaranteed to spawn in 3-1. And now there's a fire flower I can get in 2-4 here, and then we can just be back on track.
Now, you say guaranteed spawn. Is there a random chance it spawns anyway, even if you don't collect the coins, or is it forced where you have to have it all, or it just doesn't? You
have to collect... In a warpless run, you have to collect the coins, or it will not spawn.
So it is a hard requirement to spawn it.
Yes. The only way to get them to spawn without collecting the coins is if you warp to the world. So, like, if you are in 1-2 and warp to 4-1, the 1-up will be there. And that's the same for 3-1 and 2-1. But this is warpless. We can't do that. So we got to collect the coins. All right. So if you don't know where the 1-up is in this level, I will show you. Because it will be here now. But it's actually right here on this bridge. There it is. Look, that guy spawned. He usually doesn't. And 3-3 is a very interesting level when it comes to the coin routing. I'm a bit rusty in these categories. I haven't played them in a while, so it won't be super optimal than how I normally would play these stages, but you can just check out my world record runs to see what it would look like optimally. This is just a showcase. 3-2's got nothing special about it, so...
No 1-ups.
Have anything to say?
I mean, all I have to say is this run's awesome. And you are awesome. And everybody should follow you. And watch your podcast.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
There's literally
I just interviewed Family Jewels.
Going on 4 years of episodes you can watch.
So. Yeah. My most recent episode was Family Jewels, famous YouTube musician and speedrunner. That was a really good episode. That was fun. And I've done so many others with great speedrunners, so now we got to collect all these coins, and as you can see, they are in weird positions. So this is when the routing gets a little interesting. Again, I'm not going to remember the optimal routing. I got the 6, whoops. I'm not going to remember the optimal routing I have, but yeah, it's cool. And this is something you'd only do in this category. Like, there's no reason to collect these coins at any other category. So it's, I don't know, that's what's fun about category extensions.
Category, right?
I don't think that exists.
Wow.
That would be an impossible task.
Is it?
Technically.
Is it actually impossible?
Yeah. Yeah. Oop. I messed up my strat there, but that's fine.
No, like...
I was trying to do a safety strat there.
Actually, would it be possible in SMB 2 because you can go warp backwards and go through different routes?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. There's a lot of coins. Like, there's a lot of hidden areas with coins, and I just don't think it's possible. So, because we got all those coins, the 1-up will be here. There it is. And then business as usual until 4-3.
Does any 4-2 stage have a 1-up?
No.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. 1-2 and 8-2.
1-2 and 8-2.
If that's what you mean. Like,
yeah. 1-2, of course.
like X-2. Okay,
X-2.
yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if 4-2 had one. I was like, no. Yeah. Yeah. 1-2 and 8-2 are the -2s that have one.
Okay.
And those are always there.
It's just the
Which is
-1s
interesting.
that have the weird rule.
Yeah, they have the real weird rule. You can actually run across the top here, and it's a lot easier, but it's less flashy. Real speedrunners always go bottom route. It's the unwritten rule. You have to go bottom route, or you're not cool.
I like it. Gotta show
Like,
off.
literally doesn't save any time, just looks flashier. But yeah, now we're entering 4-3, where I once again will try to collect every coin. And this level's very weird, so. Focus here as I make sure not to miss anything. Because it's got these platforms, and you have to like move them to be able to get everything. This is why category extensions are just so fun. There's no reason to do this, except just for this. And a lot of... I keep getting 6s. What am I doing? What's funny is there's actually a category called 144 fireworks, where you get a 6 intentionally in every stage and get the maximum amount of fireworks, which I've also had the world record in a lot. Of course. You know what? For the fans, I'm going to do something a little fun here, or I'm going to try to, because it's like hard. Let's go.
Yep.
4-4 clip.
Wow.
Yay! I hit the hard thing.
How much time did that save?
Except now Bow's... like a second.
Wow, that's actually huge.
Well, that was a little slow, so maybe more like 2 frame rules, but yeah. You can... That clip actually saves a lot of time. That's like a second and change of time save over like a 1903 to partially answer your old question back from the Warpless run.
There is a warp version of this category, yes.
Yes, they have subcategories. Okay, there's something very interesting in this stage. You saw me run across here, but here, I'm gonna clip through. Like, what happened? It's because there's a 1 up there.
Oh!
So the reason that happens... Let me not die. And not get the 6. So the reason that happens is, if there's an invisible block next to a solid object, you will clip through it. Which is showcased famously in 6-1 of the Lost Levels. You just run through a pipe. That was very unlucky. Anyway, so that's why that happens, which is really funny because I'm gonna give some GDQ lore for everyone. At GDQs and GDQ related events, they have something called like a speedrun gauntlet, which has like small little speedrunning trials on random classic games. And the Mario 1-1 is always beat 5-1. And what's always annoyed me about it is whatever save state they have for that challenge has the 1-up spawned there. So you clip through the block there, when in normal warpless runs that I'm used to, you would just run over it without any issue. So you have to like do an extra precise jump to make sure you don't accidentally do that. So there's a little fun fact that like only affects me. Anyway, gotta get every coin here. Right? This isn't like a... Oh, I can get that. This isn't like 1-3 where you can miss 2. You gotta get everything, so... That was weird. And we have bullets firing at us, which is not fun, but we got them all. We're good. And then 5-4 has like a ton of patterns. I had messed it up in the regular warpless run at this point already, so gonna do the same strat. All it is you wait here for a couple in-game seconds, and that always gets these firebars out of your way, which is nice. But there's a part here, these potaboos are random, you just have to wait. You can't guarantee getting through that unscathed. But if you wait and do that, you're good.
Thank you, Mario.
Again, I know all my safe strats, we're good. So now we'll... Yep. So 6-1, this is where we start getting to where maybe you don't know where the 1-ups are. This might be like new territory for some watchers, but I will show you where they are. This one is hidden in this corner.
Okay, Okay, that's a new one.
Now you know. Yeah. And 6-3 is a really hard level to get all the coins in. So, you'll see what I mean when I get there. I keep getting fireworks this run. Just really want to showcase that.
Right,
I should have ran 144 fireworks, man.
Yeah.
haven't quite gotten that many yet, but man, I have so many lives. But yeah, this level's really cool for A and your fireball snipes. So you can get top level runners just get used to being able to fireball things, even if they're like really far away. Like that. And then you have to slow down intentionally, not get fireworks. See, I can't avoid them. But this level, very hard to get all the coins, and you'll see why. So, or at least it's really hard to do it fast. My world record gets a really tough cycle here, which I'm probably not going to get here. But yeah, it's this section here. Yeah. The fast strat looks really cool, but I just don't want to chance it. So, then we got the conveyor belts again. We're gonna take the spring up here, get these two, and then we have to push this down a little bit to get those two. There we go. No 6. Okay. We got all the coins. Not the fastest way ever performed, but we did do it, which is good. Because the 7-1 1-up is probably the least seen 1-up in the game. So, I gotta show that off. But yeah, that's my intentional wait to manipulate these fire bars to always be good. And then hopefully we'll see how much lag we get this time. Alright, not too bad. Yeah, depending on Bowser's pattern with the hammers, it can give you like 50 frames of lag, which is almost like a whole second, or 0. Alright, now do I remember where this 1-up is? I do. I think. But this is a very interesting location. It's actually right here. It's a really weird place to put one, because I think you can enter that pipe. I could be wrong, but... There we go. That is a fascinating 1-up location, and probably the least seen 1-up in the game. So you got to see it here live. And now we have to get all the coins in 7-3 to get 8-1 to spawn, and then you get 8-2, and that's all the 1-ups.
Okay.
Now, how this category used to work way back in the olden days of like 2018. That's old in speedrun years, by the way. The category used to end, like timing used to end on the final 1-up collection. So you would get the 1-up in 8-2, and then that was the end of the run. You just stop. The category has since been changed to where you have to like actually beat the game. So that timing method where we called it like all 1-ups legacy instead of warpless, because that was just the legacy timing format. That category has been archived. You can no longer submit speedruns to that board. So I have a permanent world record in that category.
Good job.
At least on the leaderboard. Good. Yeah. Alright, we gotta remember to get all the coins here, which is gonna be a lot harder with the amount of enemies that exist in the stage.
You have to get all the coins in.
Yep. Wow, and I did it without slowing down at all, which is very hard to do and needs really specific luck to go your way. So that was cool. Yeah, that was kind of a risk I didn't need to go for, but it worked out. Speedrun. Anyway. 7-4 is the same as usual here. Jumps are a bit tricky. They used to trip me up a lot in the early days, but not anymore. There we go. Alright, World 8. We got 2 more 1-ups. I believe the coin mechanic is the exact same in All-Stars. That's actually a good other talking point I can do is there's a lot of All-Stars exclusive categories. We separate all All-Stars runs because the All-Stars version of this game is actually very different to the NES version in a lot of ways. A lot of small ways, but it adds up to quite a lot. So on the main boards, we have separate categories for both Any Percent and Warpless of the All-Stars version. And then we have some other like All-Stars exclusive categories that only make sense for it. But a lot of these kind of runs are NES exclusives and would be faster on the NES version anyway. But yeah, we separate all of that. So the categories on the main board that I'm not doing today are those two All-Stars categories and then glitchless. Which, surprise, surprise, I've had the world record.
You know,
there we go. That's all the one-ups. We did it.
All right, GG's. All right, so now we are back to...
No, we got to beat the game.
Warpless when you're not en route. You know?
Yes,
where you don't know exactly how the enemies are going to behave. But yeah, Fire Flower, so that at least makes 8-3 fine. And...
coin toss. It's fine.
Coin toss.
I actually got a really cool thing where I stomped on an enemy in a certain way, and I actually clipped through its hitbox. So I was inside his hitbox, but it couldn't damage me anymore. That was on accident, and it was very quick, but that's definitely what happens. And then I got coin tossed on the bullet bill. I'm pretty sure, at least. Anyway, I already hit bullet bill glitch. I don't need to do it again.
You did it one-handed.
But yeah, true. Really, that was the only time I hit it today, too, was one-handed.
That's the secret
sauce.
That's
funny. Apparently.
You focus more.
True. But yeah, yeah, so I showed all the main categories except the All-Stars and then glitchless. Glitchless I didn't think it was really interesting to show off in this format, but that category was like my other like main category. I had the record in that for like 4 years straight almost and got the last second barrier in that category, and it was a like crazy run where I did like 30 frame perfects in the final stage. It's still like one of my proudest achievements. Also, wall jump is continuing to be free. Yeah, the current world record, of course Nifsky has it, but it does a frame rule I didn't get in that run because it was deemed too hard at the time, and I've still never hit it. His 8.4 is still slower than mine, if you can believe it. So, like, it holds up pretty good. Alright, we got the Lotaboo. Nothing you can really do, but it's okay. Damage boost time.
Ooh, gee.
So not bad, not bad.
That's all one-ups.
That was every one-up in the game. While also doing it warpless, so you can see the interesting coin routing that goes into it.
Yeah,
and if I'm not mistaken, that was in under 21 minutes.
It was. It was a
pretty good.
52, I believe. 2051 or nice. 2052. So pretty healthily under 21 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. World record is, I think, a 1948 by me. And it was the first sub 20 of this category.
You sub 20 by 12
a minute
seconds?
Off. Yes. That was the previous record before I got that run was a 2010. So I like just, I don't know.
What did you eat?
I kind of popped off. I don't know. But it was pretty good.
Pretty good. I think you could say that was heckin' awesome. Or not pretty good. Thanks, speedrunners, and they're underselling their accomplishments. Oh, yeah, you are guilty. You are guilty. And I crushed the record.
That's like my biggest guilt. If I have one guilt, it's that. I always undersell everything I've ever done, but it's fine.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you've been having a great time with Super Mario Bros. 1 tonight, and we've got one last run in the tank.
The final one.
Final run that we have for you, and it's going to be a warpless. Again, we're keeping the theme of second half of the show. We're doing warpless runs. It's going to be a warpless all power-ups. So that means we have to like, is that just every mushroom, every fire flower, we just have to hit the box and grab it?
And it's actually technically not a warpless run. It just is because you have to visit every level to get the power-up, so it's just all power-up. This is technically an any percent all power-ups
Okay.
even.
Yeah, it's just
We just call it all power-ups. But yeah,
it is implied.
you
for the
do
category.
warpless. Yeah. Correct. So what this means is you hit every power-up block and collect the power-up, and every star block and collect
Okay, so
the star.
stars count.
The 1-ups don't count.
Yeah.
We already did that. The power-ups are specifically mushrooms, fire flowers, and stars. This is one of my favorites. I've never shown it off in a live format before, so this is going to be interesting, and I'm going to be really rusty. But I also have the world record in this category. I'm the only person to ever do it in under 21 minutes. I think it's a 20:54 right now. And I'm still the only person to ever have done it in under 21 minutes. So that's pretty fun. Pretty good. And this is just so cool. Yeah, this routing is so cool. I'm not going to be able to do everything perfectly just because you're asking for too much when you're collecting all these power-ups, but I'm really excited to show this off because I really love how this category looks. And now you get to see where all the power-ups are. Maybe you don't know where they all are. I'm going to go to every single power-up in this game. And because I'm rusty and because it's been a while, I've had these for a while, but I have notes on where they all are so I don't forget them. I just have like 1-1 PPSP, which means power up, star, power up in that order. So I don't forget anything. So I'll be referencing my little note thing here. You can kind of see it on my webcam. But yep, the final round of the night. So get ready. Here we go.
Good luck.
All right. 3, 2, 1. And what's nice is, you want to be fire anyway. So there's number 1. We got number 1. Now we got to get the rest of these. Oh, I tried to go for a fast strat there. So what you'll see me doing is trying to clip and grab power-ups on the way up like that. You can clip into blocks and grab the power-up from like below, but you have to be like perfectly positioned on the right of the block and then tap right while facing left to kind of like clip in. Otherwise you just like get pushed to the right or bonk it. So it's a little more technical and precise than it might seem, but I'm just going to be trying to do that as much as possible. There are some situations where it's kind of not worth it, but yeah, that is the fastest strategy. So 4 power-ups here. There's the first one, and then the star here. And then there's a power-up here. All right, got the clip grab. So yeah, just going to be trying to do a bunch of clip grabs like that. And then the last one is right here. There we go.
That's
another
a lot more
clip
than I
grab.
expected in 1-2.
Yep. 4 power-ups. They give you a bunch of power-ups right off the bat. So, but you might be surprised just how many power-ups are in certain levels, which is another fun thing about this category, because there are power-ups in really interesting spots you probably wouldn't think. This one only has 1, and if you're familiar with the speedruns, it's the one we always collect anyway. Oh, I know what happened. So I tried to do this duck strategy to get down there, but actually when you're Big Mario and there's a gap of that size, there's like a sub-pixel based thing that will have him not land on the ground, and I kind of just forgot about that, and I got unlucky with my sub-pixels basically. So that's fun, but it doesn't matter because we got the power-up, and that's all that matters. So what's nice about this category, since you have to get all the power-ups anyway, you're constantly getting back up to your main power-up state, so it's fine. And now I can try to get a fast grab on this one. It's what we do in regular warpless runs. Nice. Focus on my Bowser kill here. He keeps going forward, which is fine, but... Alright, so what's interesting about 2-1 is there's actually 5 power-ups in 2-1. There's a lot here. The first one is right at the start.
Yeah, at least you don't have to worry about being
And then
small
there's-
Mario for too long in this category.
Yeah. And then there's immediately one there, and then... Oh. I think I forgot the star. I think there's one over there. I know what to do.
Just jump off.
I know what to do.
Yeah.
You see, this is what happens when you're rusty. You like kind of forget where everything is. But yeah. It's like the delayed memory working. This is why I made my estimate a little big. We're still good. But yeah. There it is. So I just forgot that star. There we go. I know where everything else is. There's a mushroom right here.
Are there any power-ups and hidden blocks? Like a star that's like in a hidden block anywhere?
I don't think so. And then this one up here. Not that I can think of. I think they're all in... like, just blocks. Some of them are like bricks, right? So it's a little hidden or something, but... yeah, no. Nothing's invisible that I can think of. Alright. The water levels never have power-ups, because of course they don't, so... First level without any power-ups in the run. Yep, so far we've gotten them all.
And you know, I'm gonna have to trust you on this because I cannot check you. I'm gonna trust that this seems reasonable that you've got them all so far. You did.
I'll put it this way: I'm using my own notes to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, and my all power-ups world record is officially verified. So, and I used the same notes. So. That should be all the proof you need. Now, yeah.
We're done.
But yeah, I got the 4-1-1, 4-1-2, 1-3-1-4. I got all 5 and 2-1. We're good so far. I'll like call out how many power-ups there are in each level before I start, just to make sure. This one just has the 1. Which I've already collected before, so nothing... Ooh, I got a corner hit. I wasn't expecting that, actually. If I was prepared, that could have been a lot more optimal. Anyway. We got that power up. So that's all of 2-3. Got him.
That is just for swag too. That's
Yes. Oh yeah. You gotta have some fun, you know? Alright, 2-4's got the 1 at the very start here. And what's nice is a lot of castle levels have 1 at the very start, which makes you slow down, and that in turn also helps for like the manipulation of the patterns. 2-4 it doesn't matter, but like in 5-4 it'll matter, and 6-4, so it just kind of works out very nicely in that way. But yeah, so far so good. All right, 3-1's gonna be very interesting, and you'll see why in a second. So there are 4 power-ups and 1 star. The first power-up is right at the start. A little annoying to get. And then we actually have to go down this pipe.
okay.
There's a power-up right here.
Of course there is.
You don't get to see the kind of coin caches like that very often. And then the next star, the star's right here. Power-up right here. And there's still 1 more. They really put a lot in these early worlds.
I imagine it dries up pretty quickly.
Oops. Oh, you'd be surprised. It does dry up, but like, not as much as you think it would. Alright, 3-2 has a power-up and a star. So here's the power-up. And here's the star. So that's that level. Now we can just run through everything. This level's very flat. Literally.
It's just a bunch of enemies
pretty much
in a
kill
row,
everyone.
it seems.
Yeah. And then 3-3 just has the 1 power-up. About halfway through the stage. I'll showcase a little glitch here. I think I did it in the Warpus run, forgot to mention it. But you can just kind of jump through that platform. It'd just be like that. But yeah, we got that power up, so we're good on this stage now. And then there's actually a power up in 3-4 as well.
Ooh.
And then 4-1's gonna have a very fun strat that I'm kind of excited to show off. I'm not gonna reveal it yet though.
We'll find out soon enough.
Alright. We got the power up. Ooh, these patterns are weird. I'm gonna do something weird, but it'll make sense in a second.
Was this something weird, just running through and taking a hit?
Taking damage, yeah. You'll see why I'm doing this in a second. I don't want to spoil the surprise, though, you know.
I'm excited.
But I noticed I only have one life. I want to take an intentional game over at this point. For reasons that'll become apparent soon. So I can use that continue code right back into World 4 now with 3 lives. And we got to get the power-ups anyway. So we're going to immediately get this mushroom. And then there's one more power-up deep into the level. It's actually right here. So we're going to try to do this strat where we grab it and then quickly run across. Oh, crap. That sucks. Just kidding. That was intentional, actually.
Okay, right.
Gotcha. You take that intentional death because you actually have to respawn back, go down to this pipe. There's a mushroom right here. Oh, no. That was an accident.
Okay, all right. Oh, I see.
That one was an accident.
Now we gotta take a death.
I jumped a frame early, so I bonked my head, and then I wasn't prepared to slow down for it.
You had me.
But yeah,
I thought like you just messed up.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, that was the plan.
If I did not see
Oh,
you
gosh.
walk across these one tile gaps, I'd be more skeptical. Or
There we go.
but yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now you might know why I game overed, because if I died there, I would have game overed and gone back to the start of the level anyway, so I died earlier to just make it faster. So now that all makes sense. Yep. Now everyone's caught up.
Very good.
We got all the power-ups, but yeah, in the world record, you take an intentional death there, go back to the checkpoint, and then go down the pipe. And it's the only level where you die intentionally, which is just very interesting for the route. This level actually has a ton of power-ups. It has 5. 4 power-ups and 1 star. So there's the first one.
Why so many?
And then there's one immediately right here.
It seems kind of arbitrary.
I think it's over here. Oops. I meant to hit this brick. Now this... There we go. Alright, now we're good. A little sketchy, but we're good. And then there's actually one right here. There we go. Can you tell I'm rusty?
A little rusty.
And then there's one right here. They have a lot of power-ups. Oops. Alright. And I'm going to get power-ups here, but you can buffer an A press, and now I'll lose the endgame second. And now get fireworks. One of those fun little strats. Alright, 4-3 is going to have 1 power-up. It's in a very obvious spot, and then 4-4 has nothing, because of course it doesn't. 4-4 sucks. But yeah, just right here. Alright. So now, don't have to worry about anything until 5-1. So far, I can confirm we've gotten every power-up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
I trust.
Trust.
I have full faith.
Alright. You know what? I'll try this again. The buffer at the start is to set up subpixels for it. But the rest is hard to execute. Never mind. It's free, actually. Just kidding. No, it's actually really hard. I don't know what's going on. Whew, that was close. Still good.
Yeah, going for a
Still
nice
good.
Kiss on Bowser.
Yeah, everything's fine. All right, so 5-1 just has a star, actually. No power-ups, just a star. So they're starting to get a little more difficult. Well, until 5-2. You'll see what I mean there. But yeah, there's just a star right here, and that's all you get. There we go. Now, 5-2 has 3 power-ups and 1 star. There's actually, yeah. 5-2 is pretty lenient on the power-ups it gives you. The first one's a little hard to get. Alright, didn't get trolled this time. So you gotta get this one, which makes killing that hammer bro a little hard, but we did it. And then I believe the star is here, which is a little annoying. Yeah. Right in the middle of those bros. And then you got power up right here. And immediately followed by another power-up. So this is a good level to get like backup power-ups in regular runs, which I've definitely used many a times. We also have a very nice coin count right now.
Indeed.
All right. 5-3. Just, this is a repeat of 1-3, so it's got the one power-up in the same place. Although the platform's smaller, so I can't, like, accidentally do that dumb subpixel thing this time, which is nice. There we go. We're good. But the bullets can be a little more annoying when you slow down, so I gotta really pay attention. Alright, we didn't get any bad bills.
Yeah, it's neat to see now, like, some of the levels
so,
have, like, half of the level is identical, or feels identical to a previous stage.
Alright, this is the first level where it kind of helps with the all power-ups route, because usually you have to slow down here anyway, but now you can just wait for the power-up, and that'll still manipulate your fire bars in the same way. So that's just a kind of added benefit. You're kind of forced to do the safe strats anyway.
Just don't have to worry about potaboos.
Yeah, but it's fine. I technically, like, didn't lose time grabbing that power-up, given I would have had to wait anyway, so it's just kind of nice that works out. Alright, there are two power-ups here. Hold on. Okay. So the other thing about Mario is, there's a lot of different versions. There's Versus Super Mario Brothers. There's All Night Nippon Super Mario Brothers. And they like to move where the power-ups are. So sometimes I get confused because of that. So that's why I made sure it wasn't there. But, oh, hello. He usually doesn't spawn back. I got the two, though. We're good. This level is very interesting for routing in power-ups. So I gotta make sure I get this right. The first one's right here. And then I have to actually go down a pipe. What pipe is it? Oh no, wait, I have to get the star first. That's right. Alright. There's a star right here. There we go. And then we jump right into this pipe. And there's a power up here. I don't know, this routing's just really fun. Alright, that's everything.
That was a cool maneuver
I didn't miss
where you
anything.
just go grab it, bounce off the wall. That was sick.
Yeah. Optimally, it looks a little flashier, but it's hard to stop on the right spot to be able to jump up and hit that brick. And I was a little far left, so I had to like wiggle myself into position. But like optimally, it's such a cool maneuver. This has one power-up, which is a little annoying. Because it's here, so you have to kind of just wait for this platform. There we go. I also have one life, which is a little sketchy. I'm really trying to not die because I don't want to go back a whole world. Like, if I die in 7-1, that's fine. I go back to 7-1. But, you know, the goal is to not die again at all. Preferably. Because I don't have to do any more intentional deaths. Alright. Again, 6-4 has the power-up at the start, so you have to, like, wait anyway, so it works out. So then I get the free fire bar manip. See how much lag we get. There's a lot of lag for you. There we go. There's the NES chugging along.
They went too hard on the hammers.
Alright. 7-1 power-ups are really annoying. You'll see what there's only two. But the first one is right here. Where I don't know how you would get that without clipping through the block. Like, maybe you're only supposed to be able to get it when you're small. I don't know. But that one's weird. The last one's at the very end of the stage. It's a little less annoying. There we go. And because we got a bullet shot, what if? Hey! Well, we got flagpole glitch, so that didn't end up saving any time, but... I mean, a glitch happened, so that's cool. Yeah, you can actually do bullet bill glitches in other levels. They're just usually not useful. But it's funny when you can do it. Alright, so yeah, this is where they start not giving you a lot of power-ups. There's not a lot of power-ups left in the game. 7-2 has nothing, of course. 7-3 has the 1, because it's 2-3. 7-4 has nothing, of course. And then World 8 only has a handful. But the fun part about World 8 is the couple that it does have are in really annoying spots. So that's always fun. I'll show that off when I get there. Alright, the blooper's been really nice to me in all of these runs. Because the past couple times it spawned, but it spawned moving left instead of right. So that means it was guaranteed to not be in my way, which is nice. Alright. So yeah, the last power-up of World 7 is in this stage, and this is going to be really hard because we got all the enemies. All the cheaps with the added Koopas make this really annoying. And once you slow down, you can get wrecked a lot easier.
Looks like they're behaving.
But we should be good. Yeah. They haven't been too bad to me, which is nice. Got him. Alright, firework. I guess I deserve the fireworks after styling on that cheap. That's fine. Alright. 7-4's got nothing. Same as always.
The home stretch.
Yeah. Luckily the maze never changes. That would make runs real fun.
Yeah, imagine if that was actual RNG and then you have to do a perfect
Oh my
run.
gosh.
And then you just pick the optimal route and hope you roll the one in whatever it would be. How many different pathways? Is it 3 you have to pick from? So it'd be like a 1 in...
Yeah, there's a lot. There are 6 total checks there with, what, 3 levels? Or, no. Not 3 levels each, but a lot, so... Yeah, it would be annoying. I would probably not run this game if that was the case. Alright, also no power-ups here, except for 1 star. Which speedrunners hit anyway, because it saves time. But they don't collect it. But I have to collect it now. So there we go. It does make the levels a lot easier when you can just starman your way through everything. Alright, no 6 this time. Alright. There are only 3 power-ups left in the whole game. No more stars. That was the last star.
Really? No stars?
Only 3 more.
Else?
Yep.
Okay.
No more stars. There are 3 more power-ups, one of which is in this stage. Only 1.
Yeah, this stage
And I've already collected it.
A2 and A3.
Yeah, I've already collected it many times today. It's just that one. That's where I always get my backup mushroom for 8-3. So. Alright, last chance to hit Bullet Bill Glitch. I'll go ahead and give it a try again.
Alright, quick. Swap to one hand. Didn't
yep,
need it.
got it.
Alright,
It's a little harder when you get the second bill that fires higher, and fireworks to celebrate the Bullet Bill. So, because you can't position yourself in the way you always do. But, still got it, which is nice. Alright, these power-ups are very annoying. Because of these Hammer Brothers. But that was well executed. And then there's one more right here. Alright, I got pretty good Hammer Brother RNG, so that's good. Alright, so that was the final power-up. We did it. There's no more left in the whole game.
And now we're once again
This is officially a valid run.
Yep,
this is officially a valid run.
We're back to the warpless strats with without knowing what the RNG is going to be.
Yep.
Because who knows?
I'm glad A3 went well, because that's actually a... Oh, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't know in an all power-ups run anyway. It's another one of those runs that you can't really
It's so hard to
route.
optimize to be perfect.
Yeah, you couldn't perfectly grab all these power-ups. You know what? I'll go 1 frame this time. Alright, frame perfect jump. Aw, alright, I got the first frame perfect, but not the second. That's fine. Trying to style it out, the last one. Alright, good turnaround. I hope everyone has had a fun night, right?
I have.
Watching Mario beat the game like 20 times tonight.
In so many different ways. And this is like, we're
so many
scratching the
different
surface
ways.
on how many of them there are.
I've barely played any. Don't worry. Alright, time coming up here. I'll kill Bowser for fun. Time.
Well done.
There we go. Peach has been saved for the final time tonight.
She'll stay rescued this time.
She will stay rescued this
sure.
time, yes.
Well, yes, thank you so much for for coming on the show today. And that was a sub 23. So
good.
22,
especially with all the mistakes and rust.
we have there.
We'll take it.
Rusty Run still crushing it on.
That is like exactly 2 minutes slower than my world record. So there you go.
And I was with a death. So still
only one of which was intentional.
Only one was intentional. But,
the rest were not. But it's fun.
But yeah, this was awesome. Like again, so everybody watching, so GTS has run a whole bunch of these category extensions and challenge runs.
Only like 30.
30 is a lot. We saw what, like 7?
Yeah, only 30.
We saw like 8 tonight. So okay, we got like a fourth.
Quite a few, yeah.
You got like a fourth of what this man can do in this game, and that's just Super Mario Bros. 1, right? Then you got the others.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Lost Levels already has like 20 categories on the main board, and then there's category extensions on top of that. And that game is Luigi, which is a whole nother subcat. I couldn't even begin to explain all the runs there. Oh yeah, no. I do not run Luigi for reasons.
But I do hope everybody enjoyed. Again, head over to twitch.tv/GTS99. Go over there and check out his YouTube channel as well. Runs a weekly podcast every Sunday. Talk to a whole bunch of speedrunners, and DJs, I want to give you, before we wrap up tonight, I want to give you a chance to anything you're working on, anything you're excited about coming up. Please tell us about it.
Let's see. I really want to stream regularly again. It's something I haven't done in like 2 years for various reasons. But I really should lock in again. So I would like to grow my channel back up. Definitely a goal of mine. I've been saying this for years. We'll see if it actually happens, but I don't know. I've been falling off a lot. I want to fall back on, I guess. Yep. Anyway,
thanks, Richard.
What I'm really looking forward to.
Link there in the chat. Go there. Click it.
Oh, there's a podcast link. Interesting. Yeah. Yes. There are like 174 episodes. I guarantee I've talked to someone you've heard of. Like, guarantee. So just search through and look. They're all really good. Really proud of that series, especially since it's been going on for 3.5 years now.
Yeah, literally in the first 10, I know, I think 9 of these people.
Yeah. But what's fun is I'll interview anyone pretty much, whether they're like, a millionaire off of speedrun content or like, just started 2 years ago and are still learning the ropes. Like, it doesn't matter. Everyone's speedrunning journey is different and interesting, and I love hearing about them. So that's what that's for.
Yeah, you got
if nothing else,
of people,
yeah.
So.
If nothing else, I have that. That's not going away anytime soon. And I stream all of those live on my Twitch, so there is a reason to follow the Twitch too. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back into streaming again. Because I have my summer off. I start a new job in August, and it's my first full-time position. I'll figure out how content will fit into that when the time comes. But I do have this time right now. But what I'm really looking forward to is SGDQ.
Yeah.
In like 3 weeks. I will be there, and I'm gonna, even though I'm not doing anything on the stage other than commentary, I plan to be helping out a lot with some stuff you might see on the stream. Especially if you like Tetris, so stay tuned to that. I plan on doing some stuff.
Yes.
So.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I'll see you at SGDQ. So looking forward to.
I will be there the whole week. I always am.
Yep. We'll figure something out. We'll go find some time to spend together. But for everybody watching, that is the end of our live content for tonight. And if you missed out on Random Number Generation or Game Master, stay tuned as we replay both shows after this. Tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Out of the Box and Creature Corner. I've been Kiara_TV for Game Masters, and I'll see you next time.